Hey guys, Nananki here, bringing you another Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentary, and today I got a new toy to play with, and I'm real excited about it. I got a strange locking load. So I'm pretty pleased with that, 'cause like half the reason I was using, I'd say half the reason I was using the grenade launcher over the lock and load is because I had a strange grenade launcher. I finally got around to opening my number 39 crates. I had two of them that could have potentially contained the lock and load, and I got it right out of the first one. And for anyone curious, the second one contained a paint can. Yeah. But I really enjoy the lock and load. Trying to lead targets by just the right amount is pretty much dependent upon seeing which direction they're going and being able to judge that. You know, if they're facing the direction they're moving, it's a pretty safe bet that they're going to keep running that way. But if you're facing off with somebody and they're strafing left and right, you've got like a 50-50 chance. If you pick the right direction and lead by the right amount, you know, assuming that you can lead the target right every time, then you've got a 50-50 shot. Engineer, get out of the way. Let me take over for you. Yeah, there you go. That's all your gun needed, was a couple sword swings. The wrench wasn't doing it. The sword took care of it. Yeah, oh god, I'm getting blasted. Speaking of my loadout, I've got kind of an odd loadout here. In addition to the lock and load, I have the Charge and Targe and the Persian Persuader as a sword because of the double charge refresh time, or double regen rate on the recharge, so you can charge twice as often. But I didn't realize that meant that I would not be able to pick up ammo from anything other than a supply cabinet. And I thought I'd be able to get health and ammo from the cart, but the cart just counts as a dispenser, and you do not get ammo from dispensers either, it seems. So that was my miscalculation on that one, but I realized it after a little while, and a friend of mine logged on anyway, and I went to another server, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, right there's another, yeah, I'm out of ammo. I'm like, that's fine, I'll just charge him and cross my fingers, and that's not happening. Once you run out of ammo with the lock and load, if you're using the Persian Persuader, you're just a demo knight without the wee booties and the tiny bit of health that they provide at that point. And I don't particularly like the full demo knight loadout on the cart maps because you've got to run, you know, through too many pinch points to try to melee people. Like, no, that's not happening. Not under those circumstances. It's a lot easier to play Demo Knight effectively on the wide open maps, like King of the Hill maps, and even some of the CP maps, like Fast Lane, I feel like is open enough that, you know, you can be pretty effective as a Demo Knight, as long as there's not engineers dug in with level 3s, you know, that's the one thing you really just cannot do anything about with the sword. I was hoping that sniper didn't see me before I got that health, and he didn't. I got him with that lock and load shot, and here's another great moment of trying to predict and failing. As I say that heavy, you know, up there in the corner, I thought for sure he was going to kind of walk more out into the opening to shoot me, and so I shot to his right with my last two lock and load shots. So once again, I'm reduced to just the sword, and, you know, no picking up metal, no going to dispensers. The cart doesn't count either because it's technically a dispenser, and I'm like, well, at least I can charge this spy. And I get a nice quote for it.
I hope I didn't scare you with my face-to-face man fight.
I love the demo, man. I love all the Team Fortress 2 characters. They're all just such a colorful bunch, and they've all got such personalities at this point. And boy, I was really hoping to get the sentry to shoot its engineer there, but he didn't cooperate. He moved to the left. And that's pretty much the end of that round, as far as I'm concerned, because what follows is just me dying to snipers over and over again, trying to go up into the attic to shoot the lock and load at the sentry guns from a distance, and there's like no approach avenues whatsoever, and it's just awful. So starting off this map, you see immediately flying through the air with my medic to add, using the quick fix. We're taking advantage of the newfound ability of the quick fix to allow the medic to rocket jump or sticky jump along with, you know, the person they are healing. It's pretty funny and amusing, and I thought, well, we'll use it to go to their spawn and see if we can't get some people to chase us around and, you know, basically just distract them, because if you've got people on the red team chasing around a medic demo pair who can sticky jump away at any given moment, odds are you're not defending the front line. You know, I figure, well, I'll take out the telly for a start and see if I can bait anybody into chasing me. And I don't. I expected at least someone to chase me, but no, they weren't cooperative. They wanted to just kind of hang out over there, and I was like, you know what, this is getting boring. Rather than just setting off fireworks and realizing that the lock and load can in fact explode of its own accord after a certain amount of distance, which, boy, I don't know if I'll ever be able to utilize that. But, you know, head back to the front and jump up on the roof, because, you know, you got to take the roof after you take the first point, and it seemed like a foregone conclusion without teleporters that we should be able to take the first point without me having to head back there with Ad. I figure there will be people headed up here to get us any second now, but I figure they'll be coming that way from the stairs. All of a sudden, there's stickies raining down on us. I'm like, oh god, a devil man. And I picked the wrong direction on both of those lock and load shots. One to the left, one to the right. Neither one is correct. But the game rewards me for my failures with a critical hit, and I actually made it stick. And I jumped down to melee fight this demo man. I'm thinking, oh, I'll have full health and a quick fix, and not against the critical hit you won't. So the great equalizer of TF2, critical hits. Say, you know what, you and your medic can pretty much just go to hell, because I got a crit waiting for you inside my stick with a nail in it. I'm all bored. I thought for sure, I was like, oh god, he's going to get to Uber saw me unless I get a critical lock and load, but even at the moment I'm about to fire, I get backstabbed. And I was like, ugh. Well, at least the bright side to that is that the medic did not get any Uber charge off of me. And, you know, here is another time where I should have switched to the lock and load. When you're talking about just reloading and firing, which is a situation you can find yourself in as Demo Man pretty frequently due to the extremely long reload time, you're going to be putting out a lot more damage if you're reloading and firing and hitting lock and load after lock and load after lock and load shot, as opposed to trying to hit, you know, one sticky after one sticky after one sticky. In fact, I'd say the difference would be almost a factor of 2. And I was, once again, pretty amused the game gave me a crit there because I got the medic. I thought for sure I was going to get the bottle to heavy too, but that spy was having none of it. He said, I am going to face slash you, because it wasn't a stab, it was a just an average slash, but I jumbled the wording. That's okay. I'm not going to stop the recording. We're going to roll with it. We're doing it live, because it's like 5:30 in the morning, and I'm really ready to finish this up. So here once again I'm heading up to the roof, because we still don't have the roof. Like, we took it a long time ago, and there's nothing really built over there, I don't think, at this point. So I go sticky jumping over, and, you know, once again, high ground. Always the advantage. In any game, high ground. Even though that second sticky wouldn't have blown up quick enough to stop him from picking up that health pack, the first one I had on the corner of the, I don't know, air conditioning unit, the large rectangular object in the center of the roof. I've heard it referred to as an air conditioner before. You know, I don't know where I was going with that story. But, and again, I think it's probably more important to kill medics and not let them Uber saw you, as opposed to just killing the demo man. You know, if I had killed the medic, who knows, I probably could have had a chance to kill the demo man. But that medic was on point, and he took me out with the quickness. This weapon's kind of like the direct hit of grenade launchers, because you get a reduced benefit from, you know, anything but a direct hit. In fact, when I say reduced benefit, I mean no benefit. The lock and load is like the you hit what you're shooting at, or you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. And I kind of like that about it. It's like, be deliberate. So I thought I was going to go quick fix jumping away again. That's what I was preparing to do there, but I realized Ad had switched to the regular Uber gun, so that regular medigun, so we could get Ubers instead of quick fixes. Which is really what you're looking for on offense anyway. You really do need the invincibility to push through, you know, when you've got a whole bunch of sentries set up, or you've got, you know, multiple medics on the other team, and you've got, you know, a whole pile of people standing around like this. You can't get away with this with a quick fix, I'm sorry. You need the Uber. You know, only the Uber's gonna let you run in and kill 6-7 guys in a row. And here's what I'm talking about with that aiming. Yo, I love that. And I saw it scout heading for my medic, and I thought, well, maybe I'll catch him as he rounds the concrete, and I lucked out. I swear, half of the lock and load is just, you know, having a good estimation of where people are going to run and how they're going to act. And, you know, they're... Man, them crit stickies are just a joke. They're so strong. And I was kind of worried about that heavy coming up the stairs at us, but that spy got him in the back. And it was a good job, team. We got that point. No problem. Moving forward. Building up another Uber. About halfway through that. Hoping to catch them on their next roll out to the front, because most of them died at about the same time, and although that's, you know, of a benefit to be able to push the cart with no one around, it also means that they're all going to arrive at the same time, more or less. So even if you've got a team that's not very coordinated and they're not communicating, you've given them a degree of coordination because they're all together headed to the front line. Maybe it'll even dawn on them that, gee, we've been more effective when we've been in a group. It's as if something to do with being in a team has some bearing on the outcome. I figured even if things got really hairy here, it doesn't matter, because Ad's got an Uber. He'll pop it if he needs to. And I saw the sparkles hovering in air. I was like, oh, no more Uber. That's a damn shame. When you've got 100% Uber as a medic, I immediately, like, I'm aware of every explosive class around me that could possibly have a random crit at any given moment. Like, you know, I've got to pay attention because I'm going to hit it at the slightest provocation to avoid getting crit rocketed or something, because I'd rather pop it early, and pop it, you know, slightly ineffectively, than lose it outright. Because even a wasted Uber is better than a lost Uber, if you ask me. I sped the tape up a little bit here because I went running for health. And when I go up here, I saw that demo man, I thought, maybe I should spin around. He was acting a little sketchy the way he was kind of like looking at me, and it was a spy, and I only spun around by the barest of margins to catch that technically on the side, even though I didn't even see the spy at the moment he stabbed me. I would say that counts as a backstab. Game doesn't agree with me. You know, sometimes the game, you know how this game is. If it can count as a backstab because he's aiming slightly to the side of you, then I guess it can not count as a backstab because I turned slightly to the side. So at least what's good for the goose is good for the gander on that, if that makes any sense. So playing with the sticky bomb launcher and the lock and load, I feel like I'm usually better off using the stickies off the bat and then pulling out the lock and load for the people who have, you know, either moved in past the medium range effective range of the stickies, or for when I'm trying to retreat and firing off, you know, reasons why people shouldn't chase me. And right here I fall into the trap I'm so commonly falling into when it comes to the lock and load in a big group, which is, you know, to try to fire into the middle of the group. And I went running for that heavy with the bottle, and, you know, I've got an Uber, and then there's suddenly like 7 of your other teammates around me in a group, and I was like, oh, this was stupid. I should have just reloaded and hung back and not charged the heavy with the bottle. But by that point I was in the middle of them all and getting bounced around by explosives, and I couldn't get back to add quick enough. The Uber ended a little early on me, and I kind of felt like if I had, you know, just stood there and been calm about it and just calmly reloaded the lock and load, methodically firing round after round, then I probably would have, you know, killed people and been effective as opposed to being ineffective, which is what I did. And right here, this demo man drove me nuts because he was acting like a spy. Like, as soon as I was running up to the point, he came around the corner, he just kind of went up around the concrete pipes and stood there. I was like, that's sketch. That's a straight spy. But he wasn't. I was just like, ugh, really, guy? Come on, man, don't act like a spy. I mean, I've seen trolling videos to that effect where, you know, people are hanging out by their own team spawn, but, like, you know, looking at it as though it was a thing to be concerned about, and then if anybody from their team looks at them, they go running off in the other direction, like, oh yeah, I'm a spy, don't kill me, and people go chasing after him and start, you know, beating him to death with random melee items, and suddenly realize that they're not doing any damage, like, oh, you're not a spy, what the hell are you doing, man? And, you know, I think that's pretty funny in video form, but it's not as much fun when you're in the middle of it. I guess that's the truth with all practical jokes, though. They're funnier when they're happening to someone else. Not as funny when it's happening to you. And right here, I was out of stickies, and I was kind of out of Uber time, too, and I went running around the corner. I hoped 2 lock and load shots would land in between the time of his wrench swings, because 2 lock and load shots will take out a level 3 sentry. But unfortunately, he managed to wrench it in the middle of the 2 shots, so I had to run around behind it and try to hide behind his dispenser and jump and take pot shots at it. And I managed to blow it up, and, you know, the sniper across the way got me for my troubles. But it was worth it. It was totally worth it. Just like it was worth it a moment ago when I made that lock and load shot on the medic who was trying to go into the little corner room with the health box. Even though it meant ignoring the heavy that was essentially standing next to me, I was like, you know, I have a pretty clean shot at this medic. I have a pretty sure idea of where he's going. And that, to me, is enough right there. It's like, it's worth it. Let's just go for it. And, you know, we've got just under 3 minutes left. That's enough time to basically build up 2 Uber charges, you know, if you're talking about one after the other. And so I know that this is probably our last of 2 attempts we're going to get, is this Uber coming up. And I get a headshot, I'm like, that's okay. I even quickly texted, or messaged in Steam, I should say, ad. I was like, oh, don't even worry about it. We're going to use that Uber. As soon as I respawn, it's going to be awesome. And then he got sniped. I didn't even realize it for a few seconds. I was like, what happened? Where'd he go? What happened? Where's my medic? Oh my god, sniper. You ruin everything, snipers. I have this irrational anger towards snipers. I don't mind spies. I don't mind engineers. I don't mind pyros. They're all legit. Drives me nuts as snipers. Snipers, I feel like I've been struck down by God. You know, it's like you don't have any recourse against a headshot. You know, you can't do anything. It wasn't a matter of like, oh yeah, he really beat me in that exchange. Like, no, he's just good at what he's doing, and so it doesn't matter what I'm doing because he got me. And I love doing that with pyros running around the cart and sticking stickies on the ground. And that works to a surprising degree because the cart will block your own explosives from damaging you, and the cart's regen prevents the fire from killing you. So you can kind of just circle around it, drop stickies, and if they are willing to chase you without changing direction and be predictable about it, then you can get them. The round ended kind of suddenly, and I managed to catch that demo man trying to jump in the pit like, no, this is our pit now. The only thing in this pit will be fire, broken barrels, and bits of rubble. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Comments and subscriptions are also greatly appreciated. And if you liked it, click like, and I will catch you next time. Peace.